Welcome to the Ice Cream Convos Podcast, where we serve delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news. I am your host, Xaviera.
And I'm your co-host, Karla.
And we thank you for tuning into episode 324.
Yeah.
324.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So this is our second ICC live taping, and I'm super excited because today we will be welcoming a very special guest a little later on, Mr. Don Brumfield of Black Ink Crew Chicago. And ladies, we did this one for y'all.
Yes. All for y'all.
Yes. So we looking out for the ladies on this particular episode, but we are excited to be welcoming Don to the show. I interviewed Don a while back, so it was him and Ashley, and it was really, really cool. But I have to get Ashley because when I sat down and interviewed them, she was pregnant, but she did not tell me she was pregnant.
Oh,
so
wow.
then later on, she was like, surprise. And I was like, I'm going to get you. That could have been an exclusive. It could have been an exclusive, but it's all good.
Oh, yeah.
It is all good. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So it's all good. So I'm just very excited about talking with them today. Talking with Don today. So Karla, we do have a lot of ground to cover. I do want to start today's show with a prayer request. We usually start the show with a prayer request when we have one. And this time I want to send up a prayer request for Jacob Blake. Many of you know the story of Jacob Blake. On Sunday, 29-year-old Jacob Blake was in, is it Kenosha, Wisconsin?
Don't quote me on it. I think so.
Okay. All right. Okay. So he was in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and apparently he had broke up a fight. And the police were called out to the scene, some type of domestic situation, whatever. The police were called out to the scene. He was breaking up a fight. So the video that has gone viral picks up with Jacob walking around his vehicle, and the cops are kind of trailing behind him. He has on like a white tee or white wife beater, whatever you would like to call it. And he's coming around the front of the vehicle, and his mannerisms or his body language speaks as if it's like, you know what, I'm sick of this ish. I'm out. Like that's the energy that I got from it, because I've had that same energy before. Like, I'm sick of this. I'm out. Yeah. So it looks as if he's trying to leave and not flee, but he is trying to leave a situation that may have gotten out of control. He's walking around to his vehicle. He opens up the door of the vehicle. These officers are trailing behind him like some little baby birds trying to get some food out of mama bird's mouth. And the moment that he opens up his car door, an officer grabs him by the back of his shirt and just starts firing shots into his back in a rapid fire. So I'm sitting home and I'm like, I did not just see that. So of course, trauma on social media, because I'm like, oh, what video is this? And I counted 7 shots.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. First of all, we don't need 7 shots for anybody doing anything. Okay. Exactly. So he's literally standing there. He leans back and just keeps firing shots into Jacob's back. And then the video kind of cuts out, and then it picks up again with them, quote unquote, administering aid, which is wild as hell to me, because you'll shoot somebody down and then try to revive them. Right. Oh, come on, stay with me, buddy. The buddy bullshit, right?
Yes.
Oh, stay with me, buddy. And so now today we have learned through Jacob's father that he is paralyzed from the waist down. No word yet on if the paralysis is temporary or if it's permanent. Okay. But I would be remiss if I did not mention when those cops shot Jacob in his back 7 times. His father says 8. So maybe there was a shot I missed or something, but his dad is saying he was shot 8 times. Wow. But even with that being said, his 3 small children were in the back seat of the vehicle, and his girlfriend was also in the vehicle. To add insult to injury, that day they were supposed to be out celebrating the 8-year-old's birthday.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Now, doesn't that sound familiar?
Yes, too familiar.
Rayshard Brooks. It was his child's birthday. You remember that?
Yeah.
So
it's so sad.
I just want all of us, unfortunately, this is a situation that we are seeing far too much. But the saddest part about all of this is none of this is new. We are just shining a light on it now.
Exactly. More is just being revealed, just like a lot of things. It's just like more things are being revealed. And I feel so bad because I feel like I'm desensitized.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry if I didn't give a lot of emotion, but I didn't watch the video just because I'm trying not to continue to desensitize myself, but it's hard.
It is.
It's hard.
It is very hard. And, I struggle between wanting to know what happened for myself, but not wanting to see something so traumatic. You know what I mean? So I'm like stuck because I don't want to take something and run. And I'll talk about a take something and run situation that literally happened down the street from my house that made national news. I'll talk about that momentarily. But, it's just one of those things where you kind of want to know and see for yourself. So just please keep Jacob uplifted in prayer, keep his babies uplifted in prayer, because we don't know what that has done to them. Seeing their daddy getting shot, knowing that the police hurt their daddy.
Exactly. It's horrible.
I'm a grown woman.
Have to go through that. Yeah, go ahead.
I am a grown woman, and I know I could not fathom being in the vicinity of someone being shot at point blank range.
No.
Let alone my daddy.
And that's the thing. And just real fast, I know someone personally, this was years ago. It was really sad that actually it was her son and the son's father. And they parked in the car and he decided to commit suicide in front of her 4-year-old child and her. And that child's an adult now, but he's affected. Like still to this day, I'm just going to say that he's affected by that.
Wow. And, the thing is, like, what can we do? What can we do to stop this from happening? What can we do? Because we protest, we burn it down, we peacefully protest, we burn it down, we sign petitions, we call elected officials, but it just still continues to happen. And I do get that there are some situations where you feel like it's a fight or flight situation.
Right.
But if a person's back is to you,
absolutely,
how dangerous could they be if their back is to you?
And that's what I don't understand. Like any of the states you look at, I'm up here in Pennsylvania. I think yours like a stand your ground state close to it. If me or you, we do that to another civilian, we're charged and we're going to jail because what they'll say is their back was turned. There are even strict laws, if I don't know about your state and my state, where someone, breaks into your home, they want you to restrain them. Restrained, and you broke into my house, but there's a lot of, and it's just like, why aren't, just because they have the badge and they are citizens at the end of the day, just like we are. So it's it's a lot of work to be done. You said, what do we do? I don't have a solution, but one of them is we have to become them. And what I mean by them, I don't just mean like the police. I mean judges, politicians. We just got to keep working harder.
We do
on the law side of things.
We really, really do. And, I'm frustrated now because now they're trying to say that he had a knife. Now they're trying to put a knife in his hand.
But even that, the law states, even with self-defense, you come with me, you come with a knife, I come with a gun, I'm going to jail because it's not equal. And that's fact in a lot of states.
I mean, they even have a saying, don't bring a knife to a gunfight. I mean, hello.
Exactly.
So, with that being said, we're going to start out today's show with prayers to Jacob, prayers to Jacob's children, and prayers to Jacob's family. And Karla, Attorney Benjamin Crump is representing the family.
All right.
Okay, so on to the next. All right, so let's keep it pushing. Oh God, I saw that and I was like,
yeah.
Okay.
Energy gone. Energy just depleted. No, I'm not going to say that.
Okay. All right. So, yes. So just please keep Jacob uplifted in prayer. And I will definitely keep you guys updated as this story continues to unfold. You can visit icecreamconvos.com to get updates on this story, or just follow us on our social media platforms. Okay. All right. So the next story that we want to go ahead and get into before we chat with Mr. Don Brumfield is I would like to call this segment The Millers, as the No Limit Chronicles turn. So we discussed this briefly last week that Monica that we believe Monica, I guess I'll say Arnold, because some of y'all got mad at me for calling her Monica Brown, but on paper, she is Monica Brown. But I'm gonna leave it big. Monica, Monica and C Murder have, I'm going to just say reconnected for lack of a better term. Yeah. I don't know if that is the correct word to use in this particular situation, but she is going hard in the MF and paint to get C Murder out of jail.
Oh, yeah.
She has connected and linked up with Kim Kardashian and got Kim Kardashian. She has locked arms with Kim Kardashian, to be exact, because they are going to fight to get C Murder out of jail. Now, if you are not familiar with C Murder's story, C Murder is accused of killing a 16-year-old boy inside of a nightclub, which makes that story even more sad. Is the 16-year-old boy snuck out of the house to go to the nightclub the night he was killed. So his mother thought he was upstairs asleep, but he had snuck into a nightclub and ended up getting shot.
I think that's like every mom's worst nightmare.
Absolutely. One day I'll tell you about the time I snuck out the house and me and my friend caught the bus to Atlantic City.
AC from what? Yeah,
from Jersey to Atlantic. I mean, from South, like from Cumberland County is what I'll say. We caught the bus from Cumberland County to Atlantic City in the middle of the night to meet some dudes because we was trying to be grown. Wow. Got down there. Well, I guess I'm going to tell the story right now.
Yeah,
got down there and found out these dudes were straight predators.
Oh my God.
Lo and behold, thank God we were not killed, assaulted, or left for dead anywhere. But they definitely left our asses in Atlantic City with no bus fare to get home.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, her mama and my grandmom think we upstairs sleep. They think we counting sheep. They think we are running through green pastures. Yeah. So, so with that being said, when I heard this story, I just thought, and she and I talk about it to this day, it was like, it was nothing but God that saved us, because we ended up, I don't even remember how we ended up scraping up money, but we didn't do nothing illegal. But I think someone, either like a stranger or someone, gave us money, or either we snuck onto the bus or something of that nature.
Something safer than
something that allowed us to get home, So that's every mother's nightmare, to think your child is upstairs, but they snuck out the house and then something bad happens to them. That's the worst case scenario. But C Murder has maintained his innocence about this entire situation, about the entire murder. He has maintained his innocence. He has been in jail for 19 years. I didn't realize 19 years had passed. He has been in jail for 19 years for this particular murder. And now Monica is her main focus in 2020 is getting this man out of jail and getting him back home to his family. But based off of context clues and some comments that she made on social media, it's a little bit more than about getting him home to his daughters. She's trying to get him home to her too, because she want to give him that wop.
I'm mad at her. I'm just saying, hey.
Yeah, she's trying to give C Murder that wop. She wanted to murder that wop. So all right. So that's the situation, right? Monica is diligently fighting to try to get C Murder out of jail, but somewhere along the line, something rubbed Master P the very wrong way. Yeah. And Master P took to the streets of social media because, unbeknownst to me, see, I tried to pull a TI word right there.
I see you. I paid for it.
Yeah. Unbeknownst to me, there were family members, Miller family members, that were on other social media accounts spilling all the Miller tea.
That's how I got started.
The Miller tea. Okay. Now, to be frank, I feel like Master P is somewhat, and if I'm wrong, I'll stand corrected, and I have no problem apologizing to Master P, but I feel like a part of him is jealous about the attention that Monica and Kim Kardashian are receiving in the efforts to free C Murder from jail.
I can see that.
The reason why I say that is because people who have been following this story will remember it maybe a year and a half ago. It might not even have been that long, or just a little bit longer, because in 2020, I can't keep track of time. But Master P had a whole campaign going to try to get C Murder out of jail. They were selling T-shirts. He was holding rallies. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Okay.
So he was doing rallies. He was bringing people in to speak. He was trying to connect to the right people, to reopen the case, to have another set of eyes take a look at it, because a lot of the people who testified in the initial case came back later and recanted. They said they testified under duress. They testified under deals that the police offered them or had them cased up and said, you know, this, that, and the third, if you do this, or if you do that, then we'll case you up unless you say this. So a lot of people were coming back saying, you know, I want to recant my original testimony, which would help C. Murder's case. So with that being said, I think it's a combination of Master P feeling some type of way about the attention Monica and Kim Kardashian are getting for their efforts in trying to get C. Murder out. Then you have some other Miller family members who are spilling tea. And when I tell you, when I say a scalding hot tea, it's the type of tea that you'll fight at the dinner table on Thanksgiving about.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, it's that type of tea. Okay. So then you have Master P, who is in the middle, and Master P is like, it's like almost where you get frustrated with Master P, but then you understand where his frustration comes from. I get frustrated with Master P because when there's a terrible situation, sometimes by addressing it, you only pour kerosene on it.
True.
Right? Especially if you're addressing it publicly, because now you're inviting the public in to give their opinions and their thoughts and so on and so forth. At the same time, I don't think any of us would feel comfortable in sitting by with a zip lip and just watching people talk crazy about us.
Yeah. Well,
I see you have the spirit of I don't give a damn. You have that spirit.
If I had Master P type of lifestyle and money,
2 tears in the bucket.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I understand. I'm a human being. At the end of the day, on a serious note, like you do. Everybody has a limit, and I get what you're saying. You do. You have a limit.
Right there. No limit, though. No limit.
Oh, I
see what you did right there.
On them, right?
Right. Okay. So with that being said, Master P took to social media and he laid it all out on the line. He aired C. Murder out about, you know, coming home from jail the first time, not doing the right thing, still running around with the wrong people who got him back in jail. He talked about how the family has tried to do so much for him and he's ungrateful is the key word that he used in reference to C. Murder, that C. Murder is ungrateful. You know, he's just, and it came from a place of frustration, I know, but I was just like, damn, dog, like he already in the clank, like you ain't got to.
But you know what? Not just frustration, he's hurt, I think, because just like all of that little stuff, a lot of times you'll hear free this one, free that one, and we don't know. And that's why family business should stay in family. We don't know about the times that, you know, when they got out, all the other little times in between, they violated probation or parole or whatever the case is, you know, and that's with the frustration.
Yeah. And, you know, another thing he talked about, his frustration with always doing, putting out for his family, and no one seems to appreciate it. So by Sunday, he was saying that the ATM is closed to the family.
Hey.
So by Sunday, he had closed ATM. He started on Friday, and then Monica got caught in the crossfire because P started going at Monica, talking about how was she C. Murder's ride or die when she was just married 7 months ago or just last year. And I was like, oh, this is getting ugly.
He was wrong for that. He was. That was wrong. What does that have to do with anything?
Nothing. It made for some good blog content.
Yeah, it did. Absolutely. Yeah.
And then, you know, the streets of social media, they so funny because they like, look, who would have told me in the year 2020, Master P would be battling Monica of all people.
Right.
In the year 2020. And, you know, so Monica came back in. She kept it very respectful. She was like, listen, you don't know me. You know, you don't know about all the times I've been there for C. Murder just because it wasn't advertised and it wasn't out in the public. If it wasn't public knowledge, you don't know all the times I've been there for him. You don't know how, you know, I guess she went on round down to the jail or put some money on the books and all that other good stuff. I don't know how that worked because when I was locked up, nobody put money on my books. But, you know, I don't know how all that works.
Why do you feel some type of way about it?
I mean, I was in jail a whole 8 hours and nobody put nothing. I couldn't even buy a bag of Funyuns when I was in jail for 8 hours. Y'all didn't care about me. I sat in that cell, y'all about left me for dead.
Girl,
but I sat in there for 8 hours. So, so with that being said, so Monica, she tried to keep it classy because, Monica is what you call nicety. Like Monica can gather you, but do it with class, right? So she came back at Master P like, listen, you don't know me. You don't know what I've been doing for Corey. You don't know what it is between me and Corey, so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. Master P, that's when he took his boxers off and put on a pair of panties. Master P came back and said, I don't know you and I ain't trying to get to know you. I said, oh God, somebody take Master P's phone. So then it went from Master P dragging or airing out C Murder to dragging Monica to Romeo saying, this thing just done tore my family apart. I got faith that God gonna put my family back together. By Sunday, Master P was closing the ATM. And then by Sunday afternoon, it was a member of the Miller family that was on Twitter talking about how Master P done lied on the No Limit Chronicles, how Master P, it don't do nothing for none of them the way he claimed he does, how he wouldn't even bury Big Mama in the $700 dress that she wanted to be buried in. It was just ugly stuff.
That's sad.
It got to the point where it was like, when some people go at it just a little bit, that's when you become the nosy neighbor, like, ooh, child, they is over there. Yeah, they arguing real loud. Child, they done said something about somebody used to be married, but now she down to the jail. Oh Lord. But by Sunday, I was like, let me go grab my No Limit Soldier do-rag and pray for this family, because it just went completely left.
Yeah. That's the sad part. Like, I hate the fact that it's family. It's one thing to watch like the beefs between the, artists themselves. And when you see a family and some of the stuff that was revealed, that's hard to repair in real life.
Mm-hmm. It is. Mm-hmm. It's very hard. And then it's like, how do you move past certain things that are said, especially when they are said in the public? So even if y'all come back and piece it up, years later, something else could happen. And remember when we were selling them socks to take care of C Murder because he wasn't doing XYZ, or he didn't bury Big Mama in the and it's like, oh, and then especially when you start talking about what you didn't do for someone in their death versus what you did for him in their life. And so it just gets really, really nasty. So say a prayer for the Miller family, because the No Limit Chronicles As the World Turns is in full effect. Now, the good news is Master P did not come back to social media at any point in time yesterday. So I think, and air anyone else out. So I think things are starting to settle down.
All right.
I think things are starting to settle down. But listen, at a certain point, I definitely understand the whole doing for your family, doing for people, and they take you for granted. Oh, definitely understand that.
Absolutely.
I understand that frustration wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
My issue with Master P was addressing it on social media.
Publicly. Yep. I agree with everything you just said. That's the thing. We all go through stuff, but everything's not meant for, once again, social media, especially not family things, issues within the family. Definitely not.
You know how many times I wanted to air out somebody on social media and I'd be like,
girl,
ooh, let me just go ahead. That's when you be texting them like, and next time I see your bald-headed ass at Big Mama's house, you better chain up the dog and put the kids downstairs in the basement.
No, you're stupid.
So, but Jay-Z said it best. Nobody wins when the family feuds.
Yeah, true that.
Jay-Z said it best. Jay-Z said it best. Yeah. So just keep the Miller family in prayer, because listen, we have all had our own personal issues within our family. But the thing is, 9 times out of 10, they don't make it to social media, depending on what type of family members you have.
Hold it. It's all about how the family's set up.
It's all about how y'all set up. Because I know too much about some of y'all families, and I don't even know the people.
Right?
I know too much about some of y'all families. Speaking of family turmoil, let's go ahead and talk about Tim Norman.
Oh, yeah.
Sweetie's pie. Like, I don't even want to take a lot of time on this because it is so disappointing, outlandish, far-fetched, heartbreaking to hear that Tim Norman was arrested for conspiracy in a murder to hire plot of his nephew, Andre Montgomery. So just the Cliff Note version of it is Tim Norman took out a $40,000 plus, right? It was 40,000. It wasn't 400,000.
I think 450,000.
Oh, it was 450,000. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry. Yes. It was almost a $500,000 policy on his nephew Andre, linked up with a stripper and linked up with a music producer who was and they came up with this plan to kill this baby and collect this money. And to add insult to injury, after Andre was killed, some time has gone by because Andre was killed, 3 years ago?
2016.
Oh, wow. So it's been even longer than that.
Yeah, 16.
Dang. I'll be losing track of time, girl. I'm worse than somebody been in jail.
Only because
people in jail at least make the little marks on the wall to kind of keep up with how many days they got left. Maybe I need to make some marks on the wall in my office just so I could remember, it is 2020. But yeah, so 2016. Wow. So 4 years, he thought he got away with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He thought he got away with it. Yeah. And, with that being said, so now he's been arrested, and the smile that he had on his face in that mugshot said everything that we needed to know about him.
That exactly. He just weirded me out anyway. That's just my personal, before all of this.
He's a weirdo. It's okay to say it. He's a weirdo.
Yeah, he's a weirdo. But, he's a weirdo. Yeah, that picture said it all. That mugshot said it all.
I always feel bad for families where a tragedy happens and then you find out that one family member was responsible for the tragedy of another, whether it's intentional or accidental. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine.
Didn't he sit and do an interview? Didn't they do an interview after he was murdered and he sat right? That's the equivalent of looking for the body on the search team.
Or going over to Raheem's house and kicking it with his mama after you done killed Raheem.
Yeah, exactly. That's terrible.
And then later on, Radaman is running down on you on the block, talking about, I heard you told the cops I killed Raheem.
Yeah. I'm not laughing at this. I'm laughing at you with the whole right.
Yeah, and it's just funny because we've seen this scenario more times than we should have, and it's just it's really, really terrible, and it's very, very sad. And just my prayers to his mama, because I just can't imagine what I just can't imagine. I can't imagine. So, they always say keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer, but sometimes you got to keep an eye on your family members. And y'all know that we all got wayward family members. So you know exactly who you need to keep your eye on.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just sad. That's horrible.
That's horrible. It is.
Especially when you read the details.
Yeah. So listen, they can go ahead and throw the whole Tim Norman away. We good. Yeah. Just throw the whole Tim Norman away. We'll start over. You just keep him where he is, because he's what you would call a psychopath.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
All right. So guys, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. And then when we come back, we will talk about the newest member of the Real. We'll talk about a march that was quite interesting. We'll talk about a new Trump supporter. Oh, a sociopath. Thank you, Sonia.
Wow, thank you.
Because now, what's the difference between a sociopath and a psychopath?
I'm not sure. Now,
I just would like to know where I'm classified. Yeah. I just like to know where I'm classified. Yes, it's a sociopath. I love when our ICC friends come through. All right, so let's go ahead and take this quick break, and then we come back. We'll jump into some more entertainment news, and then we will be welcoming Mr. Don Brumfield to the show. So listen, we are just waiting for him to get out the gym, because he be.
Yes.
he got to stay in that gym now that he got this new endeavor going on that we need to talk about a little later. Because when that little thing came through, I had to start shooting out text messages to people. So all right, so let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Okay, ICC friends, we are back from our quick little break, and Karla lubricated her throatage. All right, so there is a new host for The Real. The Real gonna get fancy on you, because Garcelle Beauvais has joined The Real as the co-host. How you feel about it?
Fancy. That's all I can say.
That's all you got. Fancy.
No, I know. I'm just joking because that's the first thing that came to my mind, like when I heard the news. But I think it's a great addition. I'm not a real fan, but I think she would add, a different perspective and a, different type of style to this show. What you think?
Initially, I was like, is she a good fit for them? Because, I think I don't know. I just think like younger, and this is not shade because I wouldn't even fit in the Real because I feel like I'm too old for them. But I just felt like, and then I said, wait a minute, Lonnie over there, so she fine.
Yeah.
You can have the younger element with Jenny and what's her name, Adrian, and then you can have the old, the more seasoned, I've lived more life than you type of input from Lonnie and Garcelle. So, I could see how they could, balance that thing out. But it's so funny because one of our ICC friends said, is it me? Or do they have a hard time keeping host over there? And I said, well, they kind of change hosts like people change draws, but things happen. I mean, first it was, Tamar leaving. And then they brought they kept it cute with 4 people for a while, right? And they tried to add in Amanda Seales. And I thought Amanda Seales was going to be a great addition because when she came on as a guest, she was always so like, yes, like it just felt really, really good. So when they brought Amanda in, it was like, okay, yes, this is cute. This is nice. But Amanda too real for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And Amanda is either you going to love her or you going to hate her. Like she is it's one or the other. And then you have some people who are kind of just indifferent to her, like, okay, it don't make me no, never mind. Yeah. I fall on the side of liking Amanda because I like her because she will say things that other celebrities maybe are smart enough not to say out loud. But I like Amanda.
So you like that rawness of her.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Okay.
Because Amanda will get you told. Amanda will get you told, and she will gather you, and she will get you together. So I was here for that, but apparently she was like, like this little mess right here. And a few times on the show when they would be talking, her facial expressions would be looking like, Jesus, get me out of here. So, I don't know. So, so then Amanda left, and then Tamara was like, well, this whole thing with me being at home feel real cute with my family. So I think I'm going to do that. So then Tamara left.
Yes, which was huge.
That was huge because she was a staple on the show. She wasn't a rotated in host. She was one of the originals. Yep. So when she left, I'm like, okay, well, what y'all going to do now? And they came up with Garcelle. But one of our ICC friends said, well, shoot, they should have just went and got the other twin. Could you see Tia sitting up on that show trying to pretend to be Tamara? A mess.
That's funny though.
A mess. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess, you know what, just to be fair, I'm going to go ahead and give Garcelle a chance. Yeah. Actually, to be super transparent and honest, I don't even watch the show, so it don't make no difference who they put on there. It really makes no difference.
That's why I said what I said, but knowing of the show, like, I guess they're trying to like broaden their demographic maybe, or,
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
Changes, you have to. So,
I could see that.
We'll see.
All right. Well, one day last week, R. Kelly fans took to the streets of Chicago. Where are Chicago ICC friends at? Because we need to have a powwow. Yeah. I need y'all to bring me a deep dish pizza so we can sit down and talk about this. Now, look, one day last week, some R. Kelly fans got together and took to the streets of Chicago. And they was on there, no Roger, no rerun, no rent for R. Kelly. They had their signs. Their sign says something like he deserves due process. And they marched through the streets, moms pushing their babies in strollers, men, women out there with small children. And they marched free R. Kelly. And then they also said something to the effect of, they were saying free R. Kelly. And then they were saying, what about the parents or something? So I'm looking at them like, well, I hope y'all not parents, because what about y'all? What about y'all? Right. So I don't know. So I asked ICC friends, I said, would you go march for R. Kelly's freedom? And surprisingly, I had people come into the comments and say, absolutely, they would have went right out there and marched for R. Kelly, because R. Kelly has been bamboozled, led astray, and run amok, and he has been sideswiped by the justice system, and he has been accused of doing things that he did not do. And if anybody should be sitting in jail, it should be the parents who served their daughters up to R. Kelly on a platter, and so on, and yang, yang, yang. And I was just sitting there in total disbelief.
Wow. But what's the end goal? That's what I would love to ask. I'm not judging anyone because I feel like you should be able to protest for what you want to protest. But what's the end game with protesting for art? What's the end game?
They wanted to get R. Kelly out of jail.
Okay.
The look on your face, I literally saw your whole spirit cash out. It's like, all right.
Everything we have going on now.
Everything that we have going on. Like, were y'all out there protesting for George Floyd? Were y'all out there marching, for Black Lives Matter? Were y'all out there? Exactly. Did y'all go vote? Are y'all registered to vote?
Yes.
Like, there are so many bigger issues at hand that we can, and I mean, okay, I know y'all probably want a new tune from R. Kelly. That's cool. If y'all want some new tunes, but I just don't understand. And it's very hard for me not to be Judge Judy in this situation, because I'm looking at y'all and I'm like, really? In the middle of a pandemic, y'all marching to free R. Kelly.
Like I said, I'm not against anyone freeing someone, but meanwhile, they probably had family members that they didn't even show up for court for. So I'm not saying everybody, but I'm just saying we got to watch what we protest for. Right now, that's not the move at all. Not for me.
It's a distraction.
Exactly.
And I wonder if R. Kelly was in the glass like, do you mind if I give you some of my life to help delay? Like, what? Because I don't know, but I know at county jails, like back in the day, we used to go by the county jail. We could walk by, and in summertime, they used to let the window up, and we could holler at them, and they'd be like, yeah. We'd be like, yeah. Be like, R. Kelly, sleep on your bed.
Oh my gosh, you're wrong. It's wrong.
I'm just saying, it just never ceases to amaze me, the things that people, or the hills that people are willing to die on for. And and here's the thing: I know that R. Kelly is, in this jail. I can't even think of the name. It's a correctional facility in Chicago, and I do know that they have a lot of high amounts of COVID cases, and his attorney was trying to argue the fact that he should be released because he's high risk and, for contracting the disease and dying because he has other health issues and things of that nature. And I have an issue with the whole, my client is in jail, he should be released due to a pandemic because I don't want him to get sick and he could possibly die. Do you know how many people in jail? So what makes your client, being in jail, who committed a crime and ended up in jail, what makes your client more important than the other people who are in jail for committing crimes as well?
Exactly.
What gives your client the upper hand to be able to just walk out freely and leave due to a pandemic, when they've committed egregious crimes as well, allegedly?
Right.
So, Lily say he high risk to children.
Yes, Lily. Exactly. That's it. That's all high risk right there. That's it.
Oh, I think on that note, she just shut this whole little situation down. Thank you, Lily. On that note, let's just move on to the next. All right. So, Karla, we don't do things like, the Breakfast Club has the donkey of the day. Some people got the dummy of the week, and some people got the WTF of the WFF, whatever. But we're going to have to come up with something for people who absolutely blow our minds with their shenanigans and tomfoolery.
Yes.
Because if we had an award, what, first of all, just putting you on the spot, what type of award could we come up with?
I don't know. That's what I'm sitting here thinking. Like, it's got to be, we got to come up with a name, because the ones I'm thinking of are taken.
I want something with the word tomfoolery in it.
Yes.
I like tomfoolery.
I'll put that on you. You got the creative spirit like that. I mean, I know what I want it to be, but everything's taken that, we got to come up with something. We definitely do.
Okay.
Because,
Okay. So to help us come up with a name, but I want the word tomfoolery in it because that is my favorite vocabulary word.
Yeah, I have that tomfoolery in it.
To be announced tomfoolery winner of the week is one Jaheim. Now, Morgan came up with Tomfoolery Thursday.
Ooh. I like that.
Tomfoolery Thursday. Yeah. Stephanie has given us the Dodo Head of the Year.
You start right. I kind of like that.
Sonia has come through with Tomfoolery Tuesday or Tomfoolery Thursday. That's Tomfoolery Tuesday works because
there it is. Yeah.
Tomfoolery Tuesday?
Yes.
Hold on. We got some more. Let's see. All right. Velvet says the out there reward.
I like that.
Okay. All right. See, this is why I love filming live because our ICC friends can give us this input in real time. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. So our Tomfoolery Tuesday award goes to, you want to give me a drum roll?
You put me on the spot with that drum roll.
I'm not messing with you, Karla. I'm not messing with you, Karla. I know I did you dirty last week, baby, and I'm sorry. I know I did you dirty last week. Okay, so I'm gonna do the drum roll.
Okay.
How'd that go?
That was good. That was better than mine. It was. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was better than mine.
All right. So the drum roll. Our Tomfoolery Tuesday winner of this week is one Mr. Jaheim. Mr. Put That Woman First.
So disappointed.
What's the song he had? Don't hate on us, we fabulous. Isn't that what it was?
I know that it was said in it. I don't know if that was the yeah. I know
that was it. Yeah. Y'all, listen. A lot of times, Karla and I try to keep it cute because we don't want to come across as malicious. We don't want to come across as mean or hateful or spiteful when we talk about certain people, especially in the realm of celebrity news and entertainment, because there's so many people out there doing that. Yeah. But there comes a time in every man or woman's life when a dragging must commence. Can I get a hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
Okay. Hallelujah. Okay, so it comes a time, and we have come upon that time, my brothers and sisters, because I, for a very, very, very long time, have tried to keep it cute when it came to Jaheim. I knew Jaheim is different. I'm gonna keep it cute by saying different. Jaheim has been different for a very long time. And I need all of us to go ahead and acknowledge that, whether or not you agree with it or not. Just acknowledge the fact that Jaheim is different. Jaheim went to the point, he said he was being vegan. Jaheim started looking sickly. Yeah. He dyed his hair this weird color. He started putting all these different and unique foods on social media that I wouldn't think that humans can eat. But I was like, okay, maybe he on some type of plant-based diet I don't know nothing about, because I be down to Papa Do's. So I don't know what he doing with his plant-based diet. So I'm just like, that doesn't look edible, but he's eating it. So that might explain why he looked the way he looks, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, let's see. All right, I'm looking and I'm like, all right, do you remember the time Jaheim, because see, now I got to pull his Carfax report. Do you remember the time Jaheim got on social media and posted a picture of a baby and acted like it was his baby to get all that attention? And then once everybody started congratulating him on the baby being his, then he came back and was like, y'all need to mind your business. This is my nephew. Sir.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Sir.
Yeah.
So at that point, after the whole baby situation, I put Jaheim on ignore. The same way I put Keisha Cole on ignore after she pretended she was pregnant that time. You remember that? Yeah. She pretended she was pregnant, turned out not to be pregnant, right? Then came back and really ended up pregnant by somebody's little boy. But that's neither here nor there. So once I see a celebrity is doing things just for the sake of attention, that's when they no longer get my attention. Yeah. Okay. So with that being said, with Jaheim, this fool got on social media one day last week and praised Donald Trump as a great man who has saved a lot of people. And then he went on to say he don't care if we call him a crackhead, because that's what a lot of us do. He don't care if we call him a crackhead. He don't care if we unfollow him on social media. We don't care if he doesn't care if we no longer listen to his music. And then he took it a step further. I know it's further, but I'm just going to say, no, it's farther. I don't know. I slept in English class. He took it a step farther, whichever one, pick one, T.I., and said that he wanted to apologize to Donald Trump for the people turning their backs on him and for all the misinformation that has been put out about this man while he has been working hard to save us. So then I was like, okay, first things first, maybe there's another man named Donald Trump that I don't know about.
You know what? Right.
Like maybe there's another Donald Trump that I don't know nothing about, because if we can't be talking about the same Donald Trump, we can't be talking about the same Donald Trump who didn't do anything when a pandemic hit and allowed it to just ravage our country. This can't be the same Donald Trump that told people to drink bleach. This can't be the same Donald Trump who put little kids in cages and built walls to try to keep people out of our country. This can't. Explain to me, Jaheim. Explain to me how Donald Trump has saved people.
Yeah, it's what an ignorant soul. Who paid him?
Thank you.
I just want to know who paid
him. Who cut the check?
Yeah, seriously.
Who cut the check?
Seriously.
Because you cannot tell me that at this point in the game, Terry Crews not collecting a check. You can't tell me that Jaheim not collecting a check, because you know them albums ain't moving no more.
No.
That music ain't moving no more. You cannot tell me that these people are not collecting a check. You can't tell me Candace Owens ain't. Well, I don't know what the hell wrong with her. Whose daughter?
Listen, I don't know, but it's a lot of folks being paid out here. A lot.
I just don't. And you know, my thing is, look, as far as politics are concerned, you have every right to be a part of whatever party you want to be a part of, right? Mm-hmm. I don't fault you if you want to be a Republican or if you want to be, what is it, independent? What's it called?
Yes.
Okay. If you want to be an independent, if you want to be a Democrat, that's cool. I know in the Black community, most times we are taught that we're supposed to rock with Democrats, right? Mm-hmm. I know that that's something that's just passed along in the Black community, but you have the right to be an independent thinker. You have the right to do what you want to do. But I don't care what party you are part of. I don't care if you are part of the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, or party next door. I don't care. We can all, anybody with a clear mind and sound thinking can see that Donald Trump is a clown ass dude. Yeah. And that he ain't it. And he is just trash. Like when God, you know, when God was building people and he was like, all right, let me see, I'm gonna do this. And God was like, boom, okay, drop him down to earth, right? Boom, building, put a little extra booty on there and give her a little extra tennis. All right, we're gonna drop her down to earth. And then sometimes he building something and he like, you know, I ain't sure about this one. So, you know, you ball up a piece of paper and Kobe to the trash, right? So when the Lord built Donald Trump, he realized he messed up, right? So he balled him up a piece of paper and was like, Kobe, but he missed the bucket and Trump fell down to earth. And I'm convinced that's how we got Donald Trump.
You know what?
Because Donald Trump, the Lord missed the basket. I know he never misses. The Lord is always on time, and God got it in his all. Yes, that day when he shot that basket for Kobe, Trump missed that trash can and fell to earth. And that's how we ended up with his ass. And you cannot tell me no different. I'm convinced it's in my spirit. That's the way it's going to go. So with that being said, no person on this earth can convince me here or in the afterlife that Donald Trump is a good person or a great man. And I'm not apologizing to Donald Trump for anything I say about him publicly or in private, because what I say about him in private is far worse than what I say in public.
Oh, yeah. It's whatever. I don't even like saying his name. I feel like we've wasted too much time on him already.
All right, so moving right along. Yeah. But y'all pray. Matter of fact, can we amend the prayer request list and add Jaheim to the prayer request list?
Yes, please.
based off of the things that he posts on social media, based off of his appearance, something ain't right
at all. It's not. It's a lot wrong. I hate to say it. I'm not judging, but he's shown too many red. It's been too many red flags.
Something ain't right upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Something really, really, really not right. And I don't know what it is or what he's trying. I don't know if it's a ploy for attention. I don't know what he's trying to get out of this, but I ain't beat and I ain't here for it. And I'm done.
Not at all.
So I promptly unfollowed him and I was out.
Yeah.
I don't know. No Jahims. I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't.
Nah.
All right. So let's hop into some music scoop and movie scoop and all that other good stuff. So movie scoop, Karla. So, over the weekend I was losing it. I was losing my shiznit because DC had their fandom over the weekend.
Okay.
So, and it's usually one of those type of things that they do in person, but because of pandemic, they couldn't. And so at the thing, they premiered a whole bunch of trailers and stuff for forthcoming movies and all that good stuff. So, I was hyped. So they dropped the trailer for Black Adam, and that's going to star Dwayne Johnson. Who's Dwayne Jackson? It was Michael, Tito.
I knew you were talking about The Rock.
Wait, Michael, Tito, Jermaine, and Dwayne Jackson.
You are a fool.
Oh, Lord, help me, Lord, Father. Okay, so Dwayne Johnson. Right. But real quick, why I am talking about Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, one of the highest paid men in Hollywood. Yeah. So how The Rock is out here making all these moves, right? He's making these power moves. He just bought what is it called? NXL team, or not the NFL, but the XFL. Thank you.
Okay.
As you can see, I'm not the sports major around here. The XFL team, right? So, like all these different deals that The Rock does, the tequila brand, the movie deals, the production deals, the XFL league, all these big deals that The Rock does is with his partner, Danny Garcia. So I'm like, bruh, The Rock and Danny Garcia out here getting it. Yeah. That's like me and you, right? Yeah. I'd be like, they'd be like, Zavi did such and such with Ice Cream Convos, her and her partner Karla, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, I bet Danny out here getting it. I bet Danny out here in the gym with The Rock. I bet Danny fine like The Rock.
Yes.
Child, why am I late to the party? Because why did I just find out a little while ago, not a little while ago, that Danny Garcia is The Rock's ex-wife.
Huh?
Okay.
Really?
Also, yeah, it's his ex-wife.
Wow.
It is his oldest daughter's mom.
Never knew that.
Wow. I said, hold on. How long? Mm-hmm. So The Rock said, look here, chick. I can't stay married to you, but the way that business is set up,
I know that's
we gonna get this money together. Karla, they be locking down buku multi-million-dollar deals. Him and his ex-wife, Danny Garcia. I guess Danny is short for Danielle. Who would have thought?
Yes, I did not. That's still a power couple, though, right? Is that technically a power couple, even though they're not together?
How would he married to somebody? You can't call him a power couple. He married to somebody. Laura Haitian at home right now, like, excuse me, a power couple with who?
I forgot. Yes, I forgot that fast. But
so he married Laura Haitian. So let me ask you this: You, Laura Haitian, right? Mm-hmm. You married to The Rock. Sorry, Carlos. Just let me cook for a second. You, Laura Haitian, you married to The Rock, right? You a stay-at-home mom. You take care of the kids, yang around the house. You sing, you do music, you sing, you a songwriter, you do some music things, but you're not a household name like your husband is. But he out here making these multi-million-dollar deals with his ex-wife. He's in the press releases with his ex-wife. He's doing the interviews with his ex-wife. These big deals go down. It's him and his ex-wife, and you at home with the youngins playing in the pool
while they celebrating. And you're doing the hard work.
Did that make you feel some type of way?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I'm not saying to a point where it drives you crazy or causes. But I'm almost positive that she has to feel some type of way.
Yeah,
I would think so. What do you think?
I just know the way I'm set up. And I would be like, yo, congratulations, another deal, more money coming in the house. But then I'm just like, I'm sitting at home like, they didn't even mention my name in the article. Like, they didn't even say nothing about his wife. They just talking about his ex-wife.
Right.
So it's like, do you feel that?
And that is because it was his ex-wife. If it was just any other woman, let's say it was another woman and not his ex-wife, that's a little different.
I don't know, because we're risky. Both of them are risky.
Yeah, but the fact they're both risky, but the fact that he already been there and they're close together, I'm just saying, like, I know me, the way I'm set up. Oh gosh.
And imagine they close a huge deal and the Rock look at her and all he hear is get a bucket and a mop. That's a he look at her and she look at him. Because I mean, they done got a whiskey deal in the whole night. I'm not saying the Rock is the type of man, because black men don't cheat. That's what I heard somebody else say. Black men don't cheat. But worse things have happened. Now the thing is, with her being the ex, and then we're not giving Danny enough credit, because Danny probably like, child, been there, done that, don't even want exactly. So we're not even giving Danny that credit. We're just being, cackling hens right now, right? But with that being said, Carlos said, "Don't get the Rock hurt." Sorry. See, we can't even cut up your man coming in the comments.
See what you doing? You see.
But
every time.
So we have to give Danny some credit, because Danny may not want him. Like, she done been there, done that. We all at home like, ooh girl. She probably like, girl. But we gonna get this money.
Yes.
Kids and keep it pushing. Yeah. So I thought that was a little fun fact about The Rock that a lot of people may not have known, or either I was just super late to the party. At DC Fandom, they also dropped the trailer for Wonder Woman 1984, and I'm going up.
I already know you are.
So at first I was hot, because the first trailer that they dropped, the movie is set in 1984, so of course it's giving 80s vibes.
Right.
What upset me about the film, the first trailer initially, was that it was too goofy and it was too corny. Like my superhero films, I could take a little kiki here and there, or a little, but come on now, I'm gonna need some action. I'm gonna need some heart. Right. And it was just too goofy. But this last trailer they put out, somebody must have called Princess Diana and told her, is that Wonder Woman? Yeah, she's Princess Diana, right? Diana?
Look, that's the one thing. I'm not a superhero comic book. That's not my lane.
Listen,
one time I couldn't tell you what Wonder Woman's real name is. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't gonna lie.
It gotta be Princess Diana. Hold on. Let me ask my friend.
Yeah, that's true.
What's Wonder Woman's real name?
Diana Prince.
There it is. Okay. Listen, I just didn't know.
Okay, all right, girl. I ain't asked you. I'm on the radio. I ain't asked you about all that.
Tell friend to chill.
It's always that one friend that want to give you way too much energy. You know what I'm saying? I just asked one question.
Yeah.
So the new Wonder Woman trailer is on point. Now, they did also release the Batman trailer. The Batman trailer, I guess, I know y'all got y'all Batman fans out there or whatever, but that Batman trailer, I don't know, because a lot of the DC films, the reason why I'm a Marvel girl at heart, and this is no shade to my DC, my ICC DC friends out there. I feel like Lil Romeo, ICDC.
Don't start. We don't want no problems with Pete.
We don't need Master P sitting down.
No.
No flowered outfit in his living room with his hands folded. So today, Ice Cream Convos tried to come from my son, Ron. No, we don't need that. So my issue with Batman films is that they are far too dark. And DC films in general, that's why I'm a Marvel girl. Marvel will give you action. Marvel will give you color. Marvel will keep you engaged. So that is my issue with all DC films. But I will be on time for that Suicide Squad.
Okay.
If y'all have not watched these trailers, you got Black Adam, Wonder Woman 1984, The Batman, and Suicide Squad. And rounding out this segment of this show, I'm just going to tell y'all that Nas has dropped King's Disease. And when I tell you, God's son is back. So y'all complain about the mumble rap. Y'all complain about this, that, and the third, whatever it is. If y'all want real hip hop, I'm going to direct y'all to a man by the name of Nasir Oludara Jones, who has released King's Disease, and the album is straight fire. And it was produced by Hit Boy. So shout out to your boy Hit Boy, Karla.
Okay. I didn't know Hit Boy produced it. So I'm just getting into it. I listened to like the first 4 tracks and I'm just like, let me grab my head. That's a headphones.
Oh yeah. It's the ugly, nasty head nod.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, oh yeah.
All right. So guys, we are going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we will have the man of the hour joining us, Mr. Don Brumfield, star of Black Ink Crew Chicago. And, you know, like I mentioned earlier, I had the opportunity to speak to him before, and he is just absolutely awesome. So we are going to catch up with him because he is moving and shaking in these streets. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, we will have Mr. Don Brumfield. So go ahead and share our live with all of your friends and let them know we're getting Don, the Louis Vuitton Don in the building. Yes. So we are getting ready to have a good time. All right. So let's go ahead and take this break. All right, guys. So we are back. And without further ado, I want to go ahead and welcome the man of the hour, Mr. Don Brumfield. I already see you looking fly in this thing.
Looking fly. How y'all doing? Good afternoon, ladies. How y'all feeling?
Good afternoon. How are you, Don?
I am good. I'm blessed. I had to make sure I park. You know, safety first.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm so excited to have you here with us with the Ice Cream Convos Podcast. So Don, you got a lot of great things going on out here. So we have a lot to talk about. So I got some notes now. If I happen to ask you anything that you don't want to talk about, just do like this. Woo, it's hot as hell out here.
I'll flick the beard for you. I'll give you a little.
So first things first, how are you handling this whole pandemic situation?
For me, to be honest with you, some people, I think it hit them in different ways. For me, I think I'm one of the people that actually benefited from it. Mm-hmm. For me, I was able to lock in and catch up with a lot of business ventures and sit down and focus on myself, redirect myself. I actually caught up on a lot of family time that I had been missing out on. Mm-hmm. So spending time at home with my kids. And it's different from like, oh, you go to school, you know, everybody get home for evening, homework, dinner, spend a little time. It's completely different when I'm waking up and I've been sitting at the table actually doing homework with my son. We in there cooking breakfast together, catching some laughs throughout the day. And it really felt good. So for me, it wasn't the greatest summer where like we're out kicking it, but I can really truly say some personal bonding time was developed amongst my family, and I could really appreciate that. So I found a lot of focus during this pandemic. So for me, it was a blessing. I'm not even gonna lie. I was putting money up, focusing on my entrepreneurship, and I was like, hey, this might have been what I needed, like in disguise. You know what I mean? It might have been needed that to happen.
Yeah, and you know what? You're right, because I guess it just depends on who you are as a person, how you handle the pandemic, because I think I'm in your boat. I took it as an opportunity just to kind of settle in, slow down, and build meaningful things going on. I got in the stock market during the pandemic.
Hey, you got right on the right track.
Okay. I hopped in the stock market. I saw a meme, Don, that said, while y'all out buying toilet paper, rich people buying stock. And I was like,
exactly.
Hell, let me put the toilet paper down and go get me some shares of Apple. So that's cool. That's cool. Now, I do know that the pandemic did affect the season of Chicago Inc.
Yes, it did.
Back in Crew Chicago, because I was hot. I was like, that's it?
Yeah.
Where was the episode?
Okay. Yeah. That was completely out of our control.
Yeah.
I guess it was two ways for us to look at it. Unfortunately, we had to cut our season short, and we hate disappointing our fans and the support that we get year for the last we're on season 6, so pretty much going for 7. So for the last 5 to 6 years of our lives, we just really appreciate our fans and constant support and followers. So we felt like we kind of let you guys down by having to cut it so short. And again, it was out of our control. I think Big Fish and Viacom would have loved to continue to have kept filming, but due to the restrictions in the city getting locked down, as you actually watch the episodes, you see most of the episodes were via phone, via at-home interviews, doing the best we can to still try to give our content to our following, and it was tough. And so now we're still on ice, waiting to really see what the next steps is, because we don't really know. This pandemic hasn't left. I think other situations have arrived in the last couple of months that have kind of taken our our sights off of that. So we're still kind of in the dark on what's next when it comes to Black Ink Crew Chicago. But trust me, 9 Mag is still rolling. Me and my brothers are still grinding. Me, Ford, Ryan, other cast members. My wife, she's still doing what she got to do to progress. So we're still on the hustle, and we're ready to come back and entertain as soon as we get this green light from Viacom.
Now, speaking of Ashley, so earlier I had to get at y'all because I said I sat down with Don and Ashley in the streets of Atlanta. We had a beautiful conversation. Y'all knew y'all was having another baby and ain't nobody tell me nothing.
But you know what? You know what? We sure did.
Yeah,
Well, you know what? She had just got pregnant then.
Okay.
So we were fresh. We were still fresh into the pregnancy. So give me the benefit of the doubt for that. She was just That's why, if you notice, when we were out there in Atlanta, she was still kind of off to the side, going through those early stage sicknesses. So we wasn't sure when we was announcing it. That's all it was. We didn't mean to cut you out of the pie. We sorry.
And listen, next time you put a bun in the oven, y'all better call me right.
I'm calling you, and you coming to the gender reveal. I got you.
Listen, as soon as you go get the rag, I want a phone call because
you said as soon as I take my little shower, call you right after. Like, look, man, I think you might well go and get ready. We baking some. It was a beautiful, my youngest boy, man, he's just a blessing, man. All of my kids got so many their own personalities, man. So he's gonna be the rough one. I think he took after his dad a little too much. He's the rough guy. He's the renegade, man. He's the rebel, man. But you gotta he's you ever see the Sour Patch commercial? Yes. Where they do something bad, then he turn around, then he be like, "Hey, thank you, Daddy, I love you," and it's like. I was finna give you a whooping, but I love you too, man. Go play. Like, he that guy, man. You can't. He gets everybody. He's a side devil, man. He's funny.
I really enjoy how with your social media, how you allow us to come into your life while still keeping a lot of things private. But I enjoy seeing the beautiful photos of you and your children and your chocolatey baby girl. Oh, she just and so. I just really enjoy how you allow us to see all the different sides of you. Sometimes with celebrities or, with people we've come to know from reality TV, we only get one side. So I really appreciate the fact that you give us like Don, the whole package of Don. So I think that's a beautiful thing. And I appreciate you for that.
I think that's really, my goal this year is to kind of break layers with everyone about who I really am. I don't want everybody just to know me for the 40 minutes to an hour you get to watch me on TV. That's my goal this year. I'm putting together a couple of different projects to give you Don outside of Black Ink Crew, Don outside of social media. Like, I want you to be able to get the layers for me and my healing process of how I got here, what am I, what's driving me to continue to grow, how important my children are, and how much of an important chess piece that they are in my life to success. And these are the things that I think I have to show people. I think they get so caught up in the TV drama and the blogs or anything else that they don't take 5 minutes. Like, it's so incredible that you follow that. But I'll get a comment, like if I post my son, I'll get a comment like, "You don't never post your daughter," and I have to go, "Have you seen my last 5 or 6 pictures?" Like, I'm confused. Like, they're so caught up in the moment. So I say, you know what? I have to start doing things to show them, like, okay, here it is for you guys. Not that I have to give it to you, but I'm willing to be vulnerable enough to, like, hey, this is me, this is my story, and hopefully I can inspire you guys through my story. And that's just really been my goal this past couple of years, just a part of growth and wanted to hopefully inspire somebody else, inspire maybe a father or a mother or somebody who's just been down on their luck, to show them like, things get better and there's a brighter side to every journey.
How do you protect your energy against fans? And I say against for lack of a better term, but how do you protect your energy against fans who feel like they are owed you? You know what I mean? Like how you said, and I've seen it myself, you post one thing, it's like, and I see it so often. You post one baby today and it's like, well, what about your daughter? Or what about your other son? And, how do you handle, or how do you protect your energy just from negative comments? And total, even after an episode of Black Ink, maybe something happened that wasn't so favorable, or they didn't show you in a favorable light. And now you have to deal with the comments from the peanut gallery, or people like, oh, Don, I thought you was better than this. Like, how do you protect your energy with that?
Again, in my healing process, what I've been doing is trying to study myself. The more I learn about myself, the more you're able to even learn about other people. The more you have an understanding with yourself. So, and more at peace I became with myself. Sometimes I'm able to look at somebody comment or response, and I can see they just not healed themselves. They hurt someplace themselves. And instead of responding with anger, it's more like, I understand you. You still a little hurt, so you need an explanation. Something that you might have seen on that episode resonated with them in a bad way, and it might have made them reflect on something they dealing with and hurt them. So maybe their response to me is out of anger for that individual they're hurt by, or maybe a childhood memory clicked in from something they seen from me, and I'm kind of being a punching bag at the moment. And so I stopped becoming so defensive, because I started being able to see the hurting people that I once had in myself. And that just became a part of me studying myself and learning myself. So I can look at, I kind of look at somebody comment a little bit different, and I could see like, I've gotten better at easily responding like, man, have a blessed day. I understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's okay. Go look at the rest of my post. Hope you have a better day. Like, I get it now. Like, and some people are just, that's where I started the quote for me from healing, where you can see people are in a bad place and they need somebody to share that place.
Right. So, now you have to share that quote again, because you kind of blanked out a little bit. You have to share that.
Somebody thinks they're supposed to be calling right now. I'm sorry. So I had to put
listen, tell people to leave you alone. You in the middle of the hottest interview of the year.
No, man, they just, they pick their time. The thing is, when I'm not doing nothing, that's when they want to. When I'm not doing, they don't want to hit me up or check on me. As soon as you get busy, everybody and their mama got something to talk about.
Of course.
But I was saying, that's where the quote "misery loves company" kind of started making more sense for me. The more I just started understanding that when people are in that dark place for themselves, they love for others to be dragged there with them. So instead of me allowing you to take me there, allowing me to bring you to that negative space with you, I'm going to shine light towards you and let you know, hey man, I'm praying for you. It's I get it. This might have resonated with you in a way that hurt you, and I understand. And kind of move on and let them know I want to allow you to hurt me, and I want to allow people to pull me down. And I have a more sense of empathy and understanding now. So I don't take everything personal, because they don't know me well enough for me to take it personal.
That's right. Good for you. And I'm going to recommend that you hit folks with a bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart. That's the best way to do it. Because they got to look at themselves after a quote like that, man. I love you, man. Have a beautiful day anyway. They like, man, I just told this fool. He gonna tell me he love me? What's wrong with me today? And they start reflecting themselves. Like, what's wrong with me?
That's when they get real mad. Like, y'all know Don, right? You know Don from Black Ink. He gonna try to tell me he love me to have a nice day.
He gonna try to tell me he love me after I told him he broke. I told that fool he broke, and he gonna say I love you. Have a good day. What's wrong with him? You know what I'm saying? They start reflecting themselves. Like, hey man, I'm good, bro. I'll be okay.
Oh my gosh. But it's great to hear that you are in a space where you can kind of just let that negative energy bounce off of you. And I'm glad that you shared that. So other people, especially people like Karla and I, like we deal with a lot of internet stuff. And I'll call her like, yo, I'm about to let her have it. She'd be like, nah, friend.
you gotta get to that place, man. I don't know if you guys noticed, I got really into my crystals and to being, more spirituality with myself, and being vulnerable, being able to be vulnerable as a man, because I grew up in the South Side of Chicago, as y'all know, is one of the roughest places to live, right now in America. I literally grew up here, and you've been told to toughen up, man up. Nobody told you it's okay to cry. Nobody told you it's okay to be vulnerable and deal with your emotions. You know what I mean? So in these last couple of years, that's what I focused on. Being able to let go of emotions I have been holding on to, anger I've been harboring, emotions I didn't know how to handle, and facing those emotions hands on, even if it comes down to me crying or breaking down and having to pray and, hold my crystal tight and tell myself we're going to get through this. There's a light at the end. And, I got to that point where these are constant conversations with myself, no matter what's happening. And once I developed that muscle to keep working my spirituality, keep working my healing process every day, it gets better. It's less. Most people have a less effect on you once you get to that better place for yourself, or you see the potential in yourself, and people can't take you from what you see about yourself. They can try to create the narrative, but I no longer allow people to create the narrative of how I see myself. I know what kind of man I'm becoming and what type of man I will be at the end of this journey.
I heard that. Now, you spoke on crystals. Are you wearing one of those now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about that.
This is for protection.
Okay, now,
and
you sure you need that crystal? Because I seen your arms.
But no, this is for protection and keeping me grounded. This keeps me humble. It keeps me protected, and it's just also against other people's energy. Some people, when the thing I love about crystals is when somebody's not supposed to be there, they won't want to be there. Trust me, they will. If you have crystals in your home, in your car, you wear them, these people will gravitate away. Wow. The people who are genuinely supposed to be there and genuinely want to be there, they feel attracted to you. They feel like good energy is to be next to you. People who don't want to be there, they show their colors real quick, and their uncomfortability around you shows very quick. And I'm fine with that. Like, I don't need no phony kicking it. I don't need no fake friends and phony energy. So if being around me makes you feel uncomfortable, and I know I'm the biggest teddy bear on the planet, then that means something's going on with you. And I'm fine with not being around that.
No, that's right. For real.
Okay, so Don, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I want to talk about your acting and these new roles that you're getting. I want to talk about your latest endeavor that had me sliding in Farrah's DMs like, girl. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, guys. And when we come back, we're going to get some more scoop. And we are talking with Don Brumfield, star of Black Ink Crew Chicago. All right, so guys, we are back and we are speaking with Don Brumfield, star of Black Ink Crew Chicago. So Don, you are acting now.
Yes,
I was like, whatever. No, and you're good. You're really good.
No, humbly, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Is this something that you always wanted to do, or were you offered a role and you said, you know what, let me go ahead and try this and see how it works out for me?
I always did like back in college, back in high school, I was part of radio and TV. I've been in plays in high school, different short films like in college. Just, it was fun. It seemed natural, something organic that I like to do, and entertaining just comes like normal to me. So after being in front of the camera for so many years doing Black Ink, it just became like organic. Like, why don't we venture off and see what this would be like? Get a taste for this. And so after doing my first stage play, having a lead role, which was Truth About a Black Man, that really just opened like the layer for me to say, like, man, I really enjoy this. Like, this feels like something I probably was doing in my past lives. Like, this feels natural. Like, this is me. You know what I mean? And I enjoy it so much because I don't feel like I'm forcing it or faking. Like I could just be my genuine self, and play a character, and I don't feel like I'm gonna get picked on the next day for playing a character of doing a good job. If you hated me after that movie, that meant I did my job. Like,
exactly.
I killed it. You know what I mean? But I don't feel so bad because you're hating the character, or if you fell in love with this character, it makes me feel like, okay, I did a great job. And being able to get next to so many experienced actors and other people who take this craft so serious, it just motivates you to be in that circle, and it's a different type of energy.
Yeah. Well, I'm very proud of you. And I love just seeing the growth and seeing you expand your portfolio and just get into different things and all that. Sometimes we just watch people be career reality TV stars and they get comfortable in that and they settle into that. But just watching you like utilize your additional talents and take a so speaking of talents. So you dropped the trailer the other day for this endeavor, this newest venture. So, Mr. Don, Bishop Don, taking OnlyFans. Talk to me a little bit about that. Because, see, I called my accountant to find out if OnlyFans was a tax write-off as a business.
Right.
A business expense. But no, just tell me about that. So what can we expect from that particular venture?
Well, OnlyFans is what you make it. I'm not going to tell people that they expect to see some porn on Don's page. That's not what that's not what I'm advertising. I will give fun content, different content that you won't be able to catch on Instagram. And then that's one of the platforms I will be walking you through my personal journey with. Cool. I don't want to just put it to the gram and for it to be swipe past. If you actually go and watch this means that you are supportive of me, and I'm going to give you some real about Don, some insight that the show has never shown you, that Instagram has never shown you, a more vulnerable side of me. But I'm also going to give you the fun side. So all the dancing and the silliness, I got y'all. I got some stuff planned. I'll probably be giving Ashley a couple of dope lap dances and some good fun
Ashley,
stuff, putting it all together for fun and just giving the fans, the outside of the outside part of my life, because sometimes I don't like being on Insta story all day. You know what I mean? But I might document some fun stuff and be like, here y'all go, fans. Like, here's a little, and I want to do different things on there, man. I want to talk relationship talk. I want to talk vulnerable talk. Give fans an opportunity to be real and raw with me. And that was the goal of the OnlyFans. It wasn't just to be freaky deaky Don, you know what I'm saying, be Mr. Nasty Time, that was funny. And that was funny that Farrah, Farrah used it because that was an audition for, something else. So she was just like, well, let me show the world he got a little skills, in the meantime. And it just was something fun, man. It was something fun. We just I wanted to let people know I'm just not always uptight. I'm not this angry guy. I can be fun. Yeah, I like to dance and be silly and do cool stuff too. So I just want to give people that OnlyFans that side of Don. It ain't all about just looking so serious and being the tough guy or whatever they like, the aspect of it that they like to take from. I want to give you the other side of me.
But that's cool because, that's what OnlyFans was actually created for. It was just that, the WAPs got a hold of it. And
I said the WAPs, right.
The WAPs got a hold of it and turned it into something different. So soon as OnlyFans, that's the first impression that you get. But
yes, exactly.
Designed to bring fans closer to the celebrity of their choice. So
I'm gonna do that. And then I don't know if you really on the gram, I've been promoting, I'm going to do my first, I haven't been in the gym for nothing. I'm going to do my first bodybuilding competition in November.
That's so dope.
So I'm going to use OnlyFans to give you guys the opportunity to actually trail that journey. It's not easy. Trust me. This is a whole new level of work on top of the acting, on top of being a family man and take care of business and being an entrepreneur. It's so many other things that come into the layer. So to dedicate to this as well, I'm just going to give fans the opportunity to follow that journey with me. And hopefully I can motivate those who are looking to change something about themselves this year going into 2021. Let me give you guys some motivation from Don's side and show you what I go through on a daily basis, stay focused, to stay on the grind and stay committed. So I'm going to give them a little bit of that too. So it's going to be a dope journey and it should be interesting for all of my fans and followers.
That is
And
dope.
they get to see me in some shorts sometimes. You know, they get the little shorts and all that. Get to see the 6-pack and all the cool stuff that come along with it. You know what I mean?
And one of the things that anyone who watches the show knows, you know, between you, Ryan, and Four, you guys really, really keep yourselves in shape. You know, fitness is a very important part of your journey and your daily lifestyle. So as someone like myself who is dealing with a pandemic pouch,
you know what?
It ain't nothing but some love. It ain't nothing but some love handles.
Yes,
but little cushion to grab onto.
Hey, always listen, grab a bucket and a mop. Okay, anyway. But no, with that being said, you know, because you are a great example of fitness and keeping yourself fit, and Ashley too. Ashley looks freaking amazing every time.
Thank you.
I'll be like, yes.
Thank you.
You know, both of you look absolutely amazing. What is something or a simple tip that you can give someone like myself who spends a lot of time in my home office at my desk, not as active as I should be. You know, I'm dealing with pandemic cravings and things of that nature. So just something quick that you can give us regular degulars that is attainable to get started.
The most obtainable thing you can do, and I'm gonna tell you how my wife started her journey, because she's not as in depth in heat of the gym as me. But the main thing that our goal was as a team was about our eating habits. Like, no matter if you're stuck in the house bored, if you got nothing to do, you are in complete control emotionally and mentally of your eating habits. And that's the hardest part. I can work out every day, you guys. But if I get off and the first thing I do is go bang a whole thing of tequila and go eat some steak tacos and the beans and all that every day, and we turn up eating fried chicken every night, it ain't gonna benefit me. None of it's a benefit. So the simplest thing you guys can do from home is to truly lock in on your diets. Look into your everybody's body type is different. Your blood types. People don't even know these simple things. Our blood types contain all the way down to the DNA of what you should consume. And what works better for you. Like, you see everybody like, try to kill keto and try this. That doesn't work for everybody. Everybody needs to find what works for them, and eating in proportion and taking care of themselves is the best thing I could ever done. Like, everybody know me. I used to be a party animal, but I could sit in a room and everybody be drunk and I'm cool. Like, hey man, pass me my water and apple juice. Like, I got to that point because I got tired of the hangovers. I got tired of the gut. I got tired of, certain foods I could smell and be like, they ain't about to hit, man. I'm good on all that fried chicken and french fries over there y'all got. Like, I'm good, So if you guys focus in on that diet and it lock in, I guarantee you from sitting in the house, you'll drop 15, 20 pounds just off changing the way you eat.
Okay.
I promise you. And that's how Ashley maintains. She's a very busy woman. She works in the her salon all day. She's on the feet. She's been a mom. We rip and run all day. And the best thing she can do is just make sure she's eating right. Best thing she do is make sure she's eating right and drinking her water. And that's how she stays toned. That's how she stays fit. And then hitting the gym is like putting the icing on the cake for her.
Okay, well then that's what I'll do, because that chicken you be passing up, I'll be like, hey, pass that over here, Don. Say,
I know you do. You be like, you got some hot sauce. You got the red hot.
Like, hey, pass it over here. Don say he don't want that. Yeah, pass it over here.
Yeah, you gotta let it go for a little bit. I promise you this, man. It's just like this. Like, I figured this out. When you're able to commit to yourself, that much dedication to yourself, nothing can stop you from any of your other goals. Gotcha. That's how I look at it. Me passing up this drink of tequila, me passing up this plate of all this glop I don't need to be eating, and I could do that consistently, then I can stay consistent with anything else I'm doing in life. So these are sometimes our temptations, controlling our temptations. When we get in control of that, man, can't nothing stop us. So I start basing my mindset around all of that. Everything I do daily basis, it's all wrapped around it. If I can say no to this, man, I can make this happen next.
You dropping bars.
Yeah.
Dropping bars. Dropping bars, Don. Dropping bars. But no, I definitely, I do appreciate that. And I appreciate you even, I always know that having a conversation with you is going to be a good time. I always know that, just because you have a fantastic personality. But just seeing, like, from our last conversation until now, just seeing that growth, because the last time we talked, which probably was like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe.
About 3. I want to say about 3-4 years ago.
3 or 4 years ago. And at that time, you were talking about like getting ready to start this journey, like trying, putting your foot forward to become a better man, better father, better husband, and all that. And bro, you doing it, and I see it, and it looks good on you, and and I'm just so happy for you, and I just see so many things opening up for you, and I'm just so proud of you. I'm so happy for you, and I'm just thrilled to be one of your little friends, and you and
y'all family, y'all a family.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, and that Karla. On behalf of Karla, myself, all of our ICC friends, we will always support you in all that you do. I'm gonna go ahead and slide in at OnlyFans so I can watch your journey.
Yeah, so you watch my journey. So you watch the journey. You watch the steps. You keep with the steps.
Pray. Now, what's the name of your crystal for those who may be interested in?
I got a few different ones. Okay. This is just the arrowhead that I keep on.
Okay.
It's so many different ones. I would send you a book.
Okay.
There's so many different ones. I'll make sure Farrah connects so I can send you a book.
Okay.
But it's so many. But the thing about it is, I tell people all the time, you have to walk into a crystal shop for your first time yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The first time you walk around, what you need will gravitate to you. Like, it's so freaky. Like, people never understand. I didn't understand it until I walked to a crystal shop the first time. And whatever. You start feeling like you ever had butterflies in your stomach? Mm-hmm. Like, you ever walked to a big building, you got a big speech to give, or you got something that makes you nervous. It's like butterflies kick off, and you literally gravitate and grab. Like, you be thinking you curious, but really the crystal is pulling you towards you because this is what you need while you in there. And then most crystal shops give you an explanation what each one means and stands for. I give my son crystals because he hyper off the wall, so it's something to help you concentrate.
Be like,
help you think about, help you
sit down, crystal.
Creativity.
That's like, son, take this sit down, crystal.
Take this sit down, put this around your neck, just relax. Go ahead and read a book real fast. Calm down. You know what I mean? It's like, go ahead, drink this tea. And, son, let me put this around your neck real fast. Calm down. But these are things I'm fascinated by it because it's endless knowledge that I can learn from this. There's endless books to this healing process. There are endless crystals that I haven't discovered. There's endless knowledge to this. And the greatest part about this journey has done nothing but continue to attract me to other people who are on their journey. And therefore, I can appreciate the journey because I'm gaining so much knowledge from these like-minded individuals, like-spirited individuals. So I believe that everything happens for a reason, and I'm starting to learn that. And the people that are in my life right now are supposed to be in my life, and those who are not, it's because they're not. And I've learned to accept that, and I'm just appreciating everybody that's putting value into my life right now, and that I can give them some part of me that brings value back.
That's the law of attraction. That's the law of attraction to a T.
Complete law.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, thank you so much for spending time talking to us today, Don. Now, just between you and Farrah, just always keep us in the loop of what you got going on so we can make sure that we continue to support you. I definitely appreciate you chatting with us today, pulling over to the side to keep with us.
I had to. I wasn't going to be on. I had to be on time. I didn't want to
Absolutely. So tell all my ICC friends how they can stay connected with you, how they can support you, where they can, lock in.
Well, of course, as you guys know, I'm Don Brumfield, Black and Cool Chicago, man. So you can find me on Instagram at Bishop__Don. You can find me on Facebook under Don Brumfield. You can find me on Twitter, Bishop Don _9. And as well, she just told y'all I got the OnlyFans, so you can find me on there as Bishop__Don as well. Subscribe. I promise you, I'm just going to give you guys a fun and interesting journey. And while the show is not on, I'm going to try my best to keep you updated on my life and what's going on with me and the team. So that's your best way to keep up with us. So I appreciate you guys. Love you two queens. I'm hoping everybody is blessed and beautiful.
Love you back. All right, so enjoy the rest of your day and give my love to Ashley and kiss those beautiful babies for me.
Yes.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye, guys.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. That was so much fun. I told you Don is everything. Don is always lots of fun.
Yeah. Family.
He's so funny. He froze. I was like, But that's the thing. Sometimes technology is going to do what it's going to do.
Oh, yeah.
And, you just have to roll with the punches. But, what he was saying and what he was speaking about was so fantastic. I dare not interrupt him just to tell him.
No. I mean, he was spitting some, like you said, bars. He was dropping bars the whole interview.
Yes. So always a good time talking to him. And so we're going to go ahead and wrap today's episode of the Ice Cream Convos Podcast. We thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, we had a great time. Thank you for everyone who was in the comments and who was lending their expertise to the show and teaching me the difference between, shout out to Morgan, because Morgan was teaching me the difference between a psychopath and a sociopath.
Okay.
Now I know where to, where to, yeah. No, how to classify myself. So now I know how to classify myself. But thank you to all of our beautiful ICC friends who tune into the podcast every week, who come into our new live shows and, just interact with us and chat with us and talk with us. And we thank you all for, connecting with us on social media, because Ice Cream Convos Podcast is now on Facebook. And we are also on Instagram. It is Ice Cream Convos Podcast. You'll put it in. You'll find me. You'll find Karla. You'll find clips of the show and how to listen. Download the ICC app. That is the easiest way to listen to the Ice Cream Convos Podcast. I promise. You ain't got to look for it nowhere. I put it right in the palm of your hand. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not done so already, because we're trying to get these numbers up.
Yes.
Look.
Hit that subscribe. Hit that subscribe, y'all. Hit it.
Subscribe. How the little kids be like, "Hey guys, be sure to like and subscribe." Those kids be so serious, but they be having subscribers though, so they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they do. Listen, take a page from them. We haven't.
Absolutely. So, Karla, you got any parting words for us this week?
Wear your mask. Wash your hands, please, so we can get back to somewhat living normally. That's all. That's my message every week until we get out of this pandemic.
Absolutely. And my message gonna be, ladies, wear your cotton drawers and your panties. But wait, before we go, Sarah, my beloved friend Sarah, sent me a link to an Instagram page where they now have what I call titty socks. Today, Tidday. Today socks. It is some type of contraption that comes around the back of your neck and it just hooks over your boobs. Kind of like a slingshot, but it's material. So it almost looks like.
What kind of material? Go ahead, because that's
okay. So for those of you who are watching the live stream, because I know by the time on Wednesday, many of you will be listening to this through the podcast module, but I am getting ready to find this photo. So if you are listening through, the podcast module, just go to our YouTube page so that you can see this picture. Oh gosh, I got to find it. It's hard to explain. It just,
the way you described it, you said contraption.
It just looked like, I looked at it and I was like, hey, these look like today's socks.
Because ain't a bra ain't a bra already enough?
Oh my gosh, I can't find it. Oh, hold on, I gotta find it.
You gotta find me that.
Material. I called it a contraption, which may have been, jumping too far out the window. Hold on, guys, I'm just looking for it. So it literally, say for instance, okay, like the halter top that goes across, right? Remember the little scrunchy looking halter top that you can just put across your boobs?
Yeah.
Imagine taking that.
Okay.
It around your neck, put in one side under one boob, and taking the other side and putting it under the other boob. It look like titty socks.
Right. Wow.
I have to find
it. I ain't seen it, but that I don't know. I don't know about that one, bro.
Why can't I find the titty socks? Oh, it says this post was deleted. They deleted the titty socks. I guess they got people started clowning them and they deleted the titty socks.
Yeah, I can't see how it works.
No, here it is. I found the titty socks.
Oh boy.
See? Hold on. I played a video. Titty socks. Wait.
Lord.
See? Titty socks.
What is going on?
Titty socks. You and your homegirl just chilling in some titty socks.
What is going on?
Titty socks. If Don was not our guest today.
Oh my God.
Number one, I couldn't wear this because look. You just walk around your family like that. Okay, so look, so I couldn't wear titty socks.
Yeah, child, not with that.
Called, well, I don't know what they're called. Tata towels. They are called Tata towels.
Wow.
I prefer titty socks. I think
oh my gosh, yes.
better ring to it.
Yeah, listen.
I couldn't wear anything like this because I am a member of the itty bitty committee and mine fall right out the bottom. So,
yes, exactly.
So shout out to Tata towels. I just gave y'all a free see, one of our ICC friends said they are towels and they were featured on Shark Tank. So see?
Okay.
Titty socks.
Okay. Girl. When you hear titty socks, you think sock and sock. The first thing I thought about was it wasn't cotton. I don't know. I just thought it's something to make your titty sweat more.
Supposed to keep them from sweating. So thank you so much to Dion's New Life for checking in to let us know that they are actual towels. They are not titty socks. So my apologies to Tata Towels for calling them titty socks. But when I looked, I said they look like some socks on me. All right. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Thank you for always checking in. Thank you for being a part of the show. And just thank you for always supporting Ice Cream Convos. Okay. And be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that we will be back here on Friday for our second live taping of the Ice Cream Convos podcast. Until then, ICC.
We all we got.
Peace out, guys. Love you.